So we are going to be creating our columns. So choose the structural column. That's what we are currently working on. And the size of my column, since I'm going 10 floors and I know this is a school and the span is quite large, from my experience, I already know the size I'm going to use. So I'm going to start with a column of 230 by 600. Select this column, and if it fails, we increase it to 230, then make it 600. Okay, so you select this. Now, placing your column, you are going to place your column in the direction of where moment is maximum. So for example, I have this column. So if I'm placing it and I decide to place it at this point, let me shift this inside so it gives an eccentric column, which we'll be modeling on the softwares we are going to use for analysis. So I have this span from this point to this point, which I want to place a column. Okay, so I can see my span 6.9, which is too long. I can decide to place at this point, that's 3 meters, and also at this point 3 meters. I can decide at this corner, I can decide to face wherever I want. And also, if I have at this point, let's say at this center point, which is from here to this point, which is almost 7 meters, and I also have at this point, so it's almost 7 meters, so it's almost a square. So I can decide to face my column at anywhere. But if I have a longer span at this side and a shorter span at this side, I'll face the major axis to this axis to help cater for such load. So I'm going to collect this. Okay, so copy this load, the column rather. Okay, so I paste it on grid line 2, paste on grid line 3. Okay, paste on grid line 4, paste on grid line 5 at the center, and paste on grid line 6, but I'll make sure it's eccentric. I move it. Okay, so I think we are done with that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to place along this side. So I'll collect this column, collect it, copy, paste it here, make it concentric so it doesn't affect that walkway there. Paste, do the same thing at that point there, copy and paste. Okay, I can just select these two and do it. Okay, so copy and paste along here. So I can place horizontally like this, flush with the block wall, copy it, pick the center point, paste it there, then escape. Select your column, rotate. Okay, then rotate it. Okay, so select this, copy, and paste at this point, paste at this point, and paste at this point. So when we get to where the expansion joint is, we are going to do something. So I move this, move it down to this point. I think we are okay with that. I'm now going to place my columns along this place. So looking at your architectural, I can see I have right to place my column on one, but I can't place like this because there's a dot there. So I have to place this way. Then, but notwithstanding, if the span is longer here, I can decide to place it here. So I'll place on 2, place on 3. So 3 cannot be eccentric. I have to shift 3 up and shift 4 down because of that void there. So I'm going to be shifting this up. So I'll select this and move it. Okay, select this also and move it. Okay, so I think we are done with this. I place on 4. So you see, I can't place on 5 in this direction because there's a duct at this place and I don't want to block the duct, so I have to face it in this direction. Now I have to create a beam along here so it flows with it, so which the beam was there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate it, rotate, and make sure it is eccentric. Okay, so we have one there at that point, so we can see it. Then also along grid line 6, So I can decide to place my beam this way or this way. I think it flushes. So we have that. Next we are going to do is copy this. We can decide to place at the center at grid line B, but for this I have to make it at the center. So select this, copy, pick the center point. So I can just pick in between. This is taking time to pick the center, and paste on the center where I want it to be. Center. Also at this point I want it to be at the center, and here at the center. Okay, so I'll also place at this point, then make it eccentric. Okay, so what we are going to do now is the architect has given me to place some columns here. Well, since I know we are going to 10-story building and I don't want to place it, so I can decide to make it a cantilever without placing a column, which is going to be my concept. So I'm going to decide to make it a cantilever, then copy this. Okay, do the same thing there, paste, and the same thing at this point also. Okay, paste. So we've done that. Now I'm going to copy this column, make it concentric. Now concentric is picking the center, and paste it here. Okay, so same thing I'm going to do. This same thing I'm going to do at this point. Paste. Okay, copying this, I'll copy it and paste. So since this side is similar to this side, what I just do is select the columns and mirror it to the other side. I'm done with that. So I'm not placing any column at the supports here, which I can decide to design it as a cantilever even without the beams, but I'll use the beams there as stiffeners. What I'm going to do now is select these columns. Okay, select this, select this, select this, and I'm going to mirror. Okay, so you can see I have a mirror plate, but I've not created a mirror line. So what I can do is pick the center between here and here, then mirror it. So I'll just turn on my auto to get a very straight line and come down here. Okay, so I'm not erasing it, so I'm okay with this. So you can see this, I have this facing this way, and also this. So what I just do is select this and select this and paste it there. So copy, okay, paste, and also paste. Okay, so we have something similar to this here. So what I'll just do is I'll create a mirror line along this place. So let me come here and choose the layer depth point. Now depth point is when you print that particular line, or whatever you draw with depth point layer wouldn't show. So select this, pick this point, then I can just make it straight. That will be my mirror line. So I want to mirror whatever is here. So select this, select this, select this, select this, select this, this also, and this. Okay, selecting there. Okay, so mirror mi, we mirror it and choose the mirror line. So do you want to erase? No. So we can see it, we mirror this perfectly. So we are not placing any columns at this place. So in the next video we are going to be doing importing this into our analysis software.